Okay, guys, listen. I want to be objective for a minute, right? I'm going to share this video with you all. And this is for, my Sierra Leonean brothers and also my African folks. I just want to be objective. I'm going to be looking at this video from an outsider looking in. You see, because I want the government of Sierra Leone to pay attention to this. The thing is this. These days, we're living in the world of social media, right? People take videos, they upload them onto whatever streams they have, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case may be. These messages travel millions of miles in a few seconds. So when I saw this video, and it's about Sierra Leone, I don't want us to see this in a negative light, but I want us to see this as an opportunity to grow. I want us to see this as an opportunity to make amends, to fix the system, because the President Julius Maada Bio, I'm sure, is doing a lot. He's doing, trying to do the best that he could. A lot of this broken down system in Sierra Leone is not. These are things that just not happened overnight. This has been going on for quite a while. It's been broken, through past governments, the APC, all of that stuff. But when I see, foreigners, depict my country in this light, it doesn't please me as a Sierra Leonean. So we just don't want to always talk about the bad. But again, these are the things that we need to address if we're going to have a better country for everybody, right? So I'm going to share this video with you guys real quick. This is the experience some guys had, when they traveled from Liberia to Sierra Leone. I want you guys to experience it firsthand for yourself, and you be the judge. But President Bio, these are the things we have to look at. Our immigration system. I know these guys are working with limited resources. I'm sure these guys don't even know what our visas look like, coming from outside. But, there has to be a better work, because these people that are traveling, when they post these videos online, it goes out far. And if I was a foreigner and I know nothing about Africa, as it is already, people from overseas always think about Africa as this place that it's just, ghastly. But when I hear that, I see a video like that, I take that testimony for what it is, and I believe it, and I'm not going to go. So even if I have plans of, taking projects or whatever developmental, agendas that I have, I'm not going to go to Sierra Leone because the experience is terrible based off of this video. All right, guys, watch the video and I'll talk to you again.
Just want to give you a quick update of the last 19 hours of our life. So right now we are sitting in our hotel in Freetown, Sierra Leone. We woke up at 5 a.m. starting in Monrovia, Liberia, and we drove all the way through and today was maybe the most intense, hectic, anxious travel day I've ever had. One of the most. So we're just going to give you a quick recap of what happened, because we think that this story needs to be told, and we want you guys to know, first of all, what it's like to travel in West Africa overland with your own vehicle, and also some of the problems that are dealing in this part of the world, which need to be discussed in a public manner. So first off, we jumped in the car at 5 a.m. We drove to the border of Liberia, which...
Nothing. The 7th passport in the day.
Hey guys, just want to give you a quick update of the last 19 hours of our life. So right now we are sitting in our hotel in Freetown, Sierra Leone. We woke up at 5 a.m. starting in Monrovia, Liberia, and we drove all the way through and today was maybe the most intense, hectic, anxious travel day I've ever had. One of the most. So we're just going to give you a quick recap of what happened, because we think that this story needs to be told, and we want you guys to know, first of all, what it's like to travel in West Africa overland with your own vehicle, and also some of the problems that are dealing in this part of the world, which need to be discussed in a public manner. So first off, we jumped in the car at 5 a.m. We drove to the border of Liberia, which... Actually, at that first border, we didn't have too many issues. They were very friendly. That one...
6 checkpoints, only one that stopped us to take passports.
What's happening right now?
Nothing. The 7th passport in the day. Marlon's taking our passports in. Hopefully it will be just that check. Let's see.
Yeah, and the lady was friendly.
The first border check? Very friendly.
Yeah.
Every official at that side of the border, the Liberian side, was super helpful.
Yeah. Yes. So, quick side note, our driver was forced to pay $1,100 US from the border of Guinea and Liberia, and we did not think he was going to get that money back. I said there was like 5% chance.
Yeah.
And shockingly enough, he got it back. So good for him. Everybody was happy. So we exit Liberia, fine. So right now we're crossing the border from Liberia to Sierra Leone, over the river, and welcome to Sierra Leone. And then we get over to the country of Sierra Leone. So I'll let Alvaro tell you what happened.
We find a local fixer. So our fixer from Liberian side leaves us with another dude. Extremely helpful, really nice guy, friendly. Moves us to the little building, like one level building. A few different rooms in that building. A little hallway, really narrow hallway. The building was probably like 50 years old, quite like run down. We get there, they check our visas first. Two guys. We had like letters of invitation, so where the visas on arrival, essentially. Everything was paid for. It was an actual visa. We could get in, no problem. But obviously they were looking at the papers,
like analyzing
up and down. They've never seen something like it. I understand it's a little bit like a weird process, but we had some screenshots from an email. They just read that and they're like, they were quite happy. So you and I were positive. We're like, hey, we thought this was going to be the major problem in all our trip in West Africa, because that visa was a little bit edgy, but we hurdled that obstacle quite well after like 30 minutes of talking to the guys.
And we thought that was the only hurdle that we had to cross.
That's it. Normally, right, guys? You go through immigration, that's it. No.
We just got really scammed at the border of Liberia, entering into Sierra Leone by the Sierra Leone officials. And not a good welcoming into Sierra Leone. They say, okay, come in the hallway and go in. It's almost like a hospital, like a doctor's office, right?
Yeah.
It's like you go into the next little room. So then we go into the next little room, and there's a guy that can't be older than me. He's probably 25 years old, sitting at the, just have that little like cocky face on, like, hey, give me your yellow card, Fever. So, okay, no problem. Here's our yellow card. Everywhere in Africa that we've been, which is almost every country, you just show the yellow card, and they usually just check the date, done, move on. This guy checks it, he goes, this is not acceptable, you don't have a cholera shot. And first of all, I don't even think a cholera shot, I've never heard of people.
I think cholera was eradicated.
Yeah, we're connected to every single traveler who does this for a living, and no one has ever said that you need a cholera shot or anything.
Obviously, we knew he was.
We knew he was from the beginning. So we looked at each other and said, no, this is all we need. We can get it to the country.
Essentially, the only vaccine you need to travel into these countries is the yellow fever.
Yeah.
And we had that shot.
We had it.
It was clearly stated. Everything was perfect. He just invented this new vaccine we needed.
Yeah. Then I was kind of quiet because that's just how I am in nature, and Alvaro kind of got a little bit.
I was a little bit aggressive with the guy because I know we both knew what was going on. I was like, hey man, you're trying to pull all these shit on us. You essentially want to bribe. We're not going to pay you anything. We are in our rights. We just need the yellow fever, and that's what the guy completely reacted like erupted.
Aggressive,
very aggressive.
His buddy came in and
oh, this guy said
they basically threatened to send us back over the border.
Send me back.
Yeah, send him. They also threatened to hold us captive, handcuff us and keep us there for 6 days. They said 6 days.
We took note of everything. Handcuff you.
They had all these printouts on the wall that basically just said World Health Organization, which they clearly just typed it out on a computer.
Nothing was official.
And they said oh, you need this shot, but it's just all. And they go, oh look, this is what you need. It's just We're gonna get into the bigger problem here in a bit. Let's just finish this story.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. The other two guys come in, civilian clothes.
Yeah.
They were not officials by any means.
Yeah.
And they started shouting. Just their role. Everything is theatrics.
Yeah.
Everything was already staged. They've done it before, and they'll probably do it again.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing the video. So they started shouting and just pushing us around. From that moment, I shut up because I knew it was better. We kept quiet. And we agreed, and I apologized. I excused myself, and we laid low.
We just
but the guys kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and just tried to beat us to the corner, basically, essentially.
And he first asked for, was it $350?
Yeah,
so $500.
He didn't ask us. We left the room, and they talked to the fixer. And I don't know.
So he wanted a big sum of money, and we ended up getting it down to $50 a person, which is still it was a complete bribe. They're bandits, and they're robbing us essentially.
The only reason we paid is because we were already super behind in our schedule, and we couldn't afford another hour, another 2 hours of just waiting it out because we would have stayed and slept in the border. Essentially, that's the only reason. We're totally against bribery and contributing to this corruption. We were really pissed.
And the funniest part, and then we'll finish this part of the story, is when we were all in the room negotiating at the end, the guy actually took out the needle and he was looking at us directly in the eye, and the vaccine was coming
You
out.
want the shot? I'll
Yeah.
give you the shot. 1 second.
Yeah.
Touching the
He was
needle.
touching the needle, like, bro. Okay. Anyway, so we ended up paying them the money, and then we eventually got out, and then we drove. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then we drove 8 hours basically to Freetown, and it was a 19-hour journey the whole time. We're here now. Everything's fine and safe. This is not only. So I also want to say something that this is not a problem with Sierra Leone. I don't necessarily hate the country of Sierra Leone. I have met a lot of nice people so far, and it was actually a beautiful drive here.
Great guys we met on
Yeah.
the road. We stopped for lunch. We met
Right.
a lot of people with the drones.
Absolutely.
Stuff. I mean, people were being great.
But this bribery problem specifically is in many African countries, specifically West Africa, and it's, in my opinion, it's one of the reasons why this part of the world is not progressing, because these problems are scaring. Like, I'm telling you this message now, and you guys now know what's happening, right? And things need to be changed in this country if they want to progress moving forward. It's a very difficult subject to talk about.
we actually did tell them this. Like,
Yeah.
this is not helping the image of Sierra Leone, and then
Right.
they came up with different arguments that were completely unconnected and illogical. They just wanted a payoff that day,
Yeah.
and they got it. Essentially, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
And
abuse of power.
I feel defeated, and it's pretty as a traveler to go through that. And we knew we were getting into some things like this. And listen, it's our last few countries, so we're up for the adventure. But we just want to communicate to you what happened today. But damn, that was crazy.
Yeah, we're never paying one again.
No. In a few days, we're going through Guinea and the border to Conakry, and we've heard that it could be even worse. But now we are going to try to do the best we can to not pay that. So that's it. All right, man.
Crazy day.
Bedtime. See you guys.
Alright, so I didn't want to make it long. You've seen the video for yourself. But again, you know, Minister of Internal Affairs, these are the things you have to look at. You know, Minister of Foreign Affairs, these are the things we have to look at. You know, it's not everything about the president, but it's nice for the president to see these too, because sometimes if the president of a nation sees something like this and says action should be taken, I'm sure action will be taken. So I just want to leave it here, guys. You know, it's just a food for thought. You know, let's fix these issues. You know, I know I've had some experiences with myself going to the, you know, embassy back in the day there to get a visa to go to Sierra Leone. But as a Sierra Leonean, I'm not fazed by stuff like this because I know I can pull through it. But for a foreigner, for somebody who's foreign, somebody who doesn't know, when they see a video like this, it doesn't look good for our country. And this is going to take a lot of opportunities away from our people. And, you know, I know we want to, you know, do the best we could to push the agenda for Sierra Leone to be that country. So again, to my African brothers, Sierra Leoneans, you know, fix your immigration system. You have to be tough. I'm not saying you shouldn't have to be tough. We have to be tough because as Africans, a lot of times we welcome foreigners more than we even welcome our own. We have to be tough, but we don't have to, you know, get it to the point where it's like it's corruption, it's bribery, and that's not a good look in the international world. Okay? Thank you.